that started happening, and we just started singing, that hook all together. The ooh, ooh, listening to reggae, and we just kind of built around that hook.
Gran Malo is the spark that ignites the party.
If you know me, you know I like spicy. And with its spicy tamarind kick, it's the spark of the party.
Whether served on ice or a nice chilled shot, Gran Malo turns an ordinary night into a night you'll never forget. Whether showing up with a bottle or their 50 milliliter mini 8-packs, the party has started. Whether pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro, pa tranquilo.
No slack, no reply, just the water, the music, and that Friday sky. Cerveza, domino, down, el jefe, quien, tranqui, now. Stay tranqui, domino en la mesa, Johnny Cubaco, cerveza fresha. Stay tranqui, el trabajo can't wait.
All right, welcome back. We are here at Stay Tranquilo Studios. We got a special episode today, joined by a few of the guys from the Chili Guys. I know we got a big band over here, but we are joined by a few of the guys here. Appreciate you guys for taking the time. We're going to chop it up today, talk a little bit about the story of the Chili Guys, how we even got connected, and what the future of the Chili Guys looks like. But guys, want to give you guys the floor. Give me an intro, name, and a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? My name is Lions. I'm one of the members of Chili Guys, and I'm vocals, one of the vocalists.
I'm Vazen. I'm a singer as well and play guitar in the band, and yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys got the studio right here across not even the street, literally in the parking lot, across the parking lot, right? Literally. Same spot. I've known Mike now for a little bit through the space, been able to connect with you guys, and it's been great to see what that space looks like there at Flow State, and just kind of like the way you guys operate and the magic that's in there. So it's a cool energy. But I want to talk a little bit about how you guys got connected. How did Chili Guys come to be? How did you guys even get into music? Was music something that you guys have been passionate about since you were young? Was it something that happened later on? But curious to get your guys' perspective on that.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of us have been friends for many years. Mm-hmm. Like me, Mike, and Cheech have been friends for almost close to 20 years. And we've known each other for a while. And it all started where we were just young kids trying to have fun, and we would get together at Mikey's house, and Mikey had a guitar, and he would play guitar, and me and Cheech once in a while would come over. We would just freestyle and kick it, and that's where it all started. That was the fun in it, you know. And then slowly but surely, some of us became artists. I've been doing music for a long time at that point. Cheech's been doing music for some time as well. Mike Vazen has been doing music for over a decade as well, for a long time. So we've been artists for many years in our own right? But the whole dream with the Chili Guys started almost 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it all started where me, Mike, and Cheech, once upon a time, came together on those freestyle moments, and we would talk about possibly doing a reggae record. And it all started just making some reggae music. And slowly but surely, in 2022, Mike got Flow State. And he called us one day and he told us, hey, we got a studio. What are we gonna do now? What's up? You know?
Yeah, he put the pressure on.
Yeah, he put the pressure on. What's up? Let's make this happen after 15 years. And we got in the studio, and I got a reggae beat from an artist from Jamaica. Shout out to Vessel Maker. Send us a beat, and we were working on a record called It's Not That Serious. And it was me, Mike, and Cheech at the moment just hanging out. Vazen joined us.
That was the first. I had just moved to Miami this night, like that week, and I was having a session in the control room. They were outside writing on the chairs there, and I just took a break from the studio session, had like a DSLR camera, and came over and just like was kind of like just magnetized over there, like, oh, what's going on over here? Who are these guys? I mean, I knew Mike already. But like, I just started filming them. They were writing, trying out ideas, singing, messing around. And it was just a good vibe, and I ended up just staying with them, hanging out, met the guys for the first time, and from there on out, you know, that's when you guys
That's when we decided that we want to make a band.
Right.
We knew the firepower that Vazen brought to the group. his charisma, his guitar playing. He's an extremely awesome producer, an amazing producer, and engineer as well. He does it all. So he's a force to be reckoned with. So we knew that, and we spoke to each other amongst us three that knew each other for a long time, and Valzen was family from that day in.
That's incredible.
And we decided
they had a session though. I wasn't there, but we had started getting together at the studio and the facility every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Miami Beat Wave was at most of the sessions early on for the first record. And what was the story of Seeds?
Seeds has an amazing story. So we made it a thing to get together every Tuesday, ritually.
Which you guys still do that.
We still do that to this day, and it's been 3 years in. But Beat Wave is a huge producer of ours and a good friend. And it all started with the story was Seeds. That's right.
That was the first session you had after that.
That's right.
Songwriting, right?
Yeah.
That first one.
Yeah, the first one was not that serious, and then when we actually became Chili Guys, the first record was Seeds. And it's this is when we knew something special was growing at the moment. We had this session, the song came together real naturally. We're working on it. We stayed to the studio like at 2 a.m, 3 a.m. And when we get home, at 7 a.m, we receive a message from Mike that he had his first baby. So it was a special moment. He had his son after recording a song called Seeds, which was about children. And it was just a special moment from that. So Mikey had his kid right after the session.
Holy cow.
Like a long night of work. And,
I think he did tell me that story actually, that you guys were in the studio, you guys were recording. The song was about kids.
Children, about kids.
Yeah.
Knowing that his kid was going to be due any moment.
Holy cow.
And my wife was pregnant at the moment as well. Cheech is already a family man and a father of two. So it was a beautiful moment for us Chili Guys.
That kind of became the seed, no pun intended, for the whole the concept of the album.
That's right.
That was developed from that point, Love Papa.
That's our first album.
Right.
What you'd say like a fatherhood reggae concept.
Yeah.
You know,
we paid respect to that,
and you know, that whole dynamic. And
that's sick.
Yeah, so everything formulated within that journey, you know, to talk about fatherhood and expressing our love for all the children and the youth for the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, very, very organic, right? It was exactly what was going on in your life. I mean, even in the way you guys connected, right? You just happened to be in the studio that day while these guys are here. Like you said, you gravitated to them, and the rest was kind of history after that.
Yeah. That's a lot of how the rest of the band formulated too. You know, it was us four. We would get together every Tuesday, and we were, of course, working with Beat Wave and other producers. But then, who's next? Everyone kind of came right at the right time. Like, we need a drummer. And AG had played, and Cheech too had played with Adrian, who's our drummer. Who also tours internationally with Gloria Stefan. And,
he's a master pro drummer at this point.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but AG hit him up, I think, and
Adrian. I've been friends with Adrian for a long time as well, and contacted him, and immediately he said, "I'm in."
Wow.
And he was the key puzzle piece. I'm gonna be honest. He's a master drummer. This guy is very disciplined and professional. And at that moment when he said yes, I pretty much called Valzen and I said, "Yeah, we got something."
That's incredible.
And then everybody else started joining. You know, Frankie, bass player, which is an extremely big producer for us as well, which plays bass. He started joining. Next in line was, I think. What we're talking about? Oh, Cowboy. Cowboy is sax player. Cowboy was one of the first who joined us as well.
Oh, sax player too.
Sax player. Another master, man. He's just a unique dude, crushing it all the time. And then from there, Benji was kind of the last piece.
Right.
Benji, which plays keys and a big part of the Chili Guys as well. Now we have a full 8-piece band and
That's
rocking
incredible.
strong.
And when you guys were thinking like instrumentally, right, as a reggae band, you knew, hey, these are the kind of like the pieces that we need if we want to be able to get every single component of sounds, right?
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, we knew that was the components we needed. And it was Valzen being the brain that he is, he was kind of like, yo, we need these little intricate pieces.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I mean, damn, I knew some of those layers, but I didn't know that many layers to all of this, which is pretty sick. I mean, I've been a huge reggae guy my whole life. It's something that it's like good for the soul is what I always say. That I'm a big country guy too. I love country music. There's just something about when you have reggae on, windows down in the car, or you're at the beach, or I mean, even here in the studio, the only thing we're listening to is either country or reggae here in the studio. And it just puts you like at a level of peace and like connection, absolutely, I guess is the best way. And Stay Tranquilo was very, very inspired by Bob Marley. Like that, Jimmy Buffett, that type of vibe. Like that was the energy and feel that I wanted to create when I started Stay Tranquilo. But that whole concept of like, don't worry, be happy, or the lyrics of like, everything's going to be all right. That was the mantra of what Stay Tranquilo was built off of, right? Because in this world that we live in life, right, you're going to be thrown so many curveballs and all these things that are going to happen in life, right? But we need that reminder that, you know what, it's really not that deep. It may feel deep in that moment, right? But there's always something on the other side of it, right? And there's a purpose behind exactly what it is that you're going through in that moment. Absolutely. And reggae specifically gives me that vibe, right? It's this like sense of hope. It's a sense of purpose. It's a sense of equilibrium. Yeah. And I think the world needs more of that, right? We're all kind of like in this like hype and all this energy, which is great. I think we need that as part of our life too, but there's that balance. And I believe reggae to be that. So I want to get your guys' perspective of reggae as a genre, right? Yeah. Obviously that's what you guys do. That's what you guys represent as a band, but how can more people feel the inclination to listen to reggae, right? I want like the slogan, like make reggae great again type thing, right?
Yeah. Love that.
You know, that like,
let's
that's
make a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get
a hat, 100%.
Let's go.
Yeah. But tell me like why reggae and why reggae is so powerful in your opinion?
I would default to AG knows reggae probably more than any of us at the roots of it. So what's your perspective on that?
Wow, you pretty much said it. Reggae's been a part of my life since I was a kid. My sister used to play it when I was pretty much 5-6 years old. And my sister's a big Bob Marley head, you know. So ever since I was a kid, it was in my family. As well for Cheech. Cheech is a reggae lover from a young kid. So my take on reggae is I call it righteous music. It's the music that enlightens people. It's the music that will take you out of anything that you're going through, or any bullshit that you're going through in the world, and it will uplift you and give you some inspiration. Reggae music for me is everything, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Whenever I'm down, whenever I'm up, whenever I'm feeling good, whenever I'm going to the beach, anything I'm doing, I'm listening to reggae music all the time. I could be a little boring. That's all I listen to. But it's life for me, and it's just good for people, and it's good for the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I kind of see it in light of that, like music. It's like music with a message, you know.
Yes.
Not only just to stay tranquilo, you know, and positive vibrations, but you know, if I'm not mistaken, it kind of emerged out of. Well, Bob Marley and that crew said they were super inspired by Western R&B and Motown at the time, but being oppressed as they were where they were at, you know, in Kingston and surrounding areas, it was revolutionary music.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Empowerment for the people, and, you know, for, you know, living one with nature and, you know, higher kind of purpose.
Connecting to the world. We could get super deep with reggae.
I'm down to get deep in it because I think people need to understand why. It's feel good music, it's all this stuff, but there's, to your point, deeper levels to it. And Bob Marley is, you know, the pioneer of that, right? All the oppression that was going on in Jamaica, being a voice, you know, you could put Bob Marley up there with MLK, you know, Gandhi.
Absolutely.
Because of exactly.
Almost a prophet.
100%. And we could go crazy, right? There's conspiracies that, you know, government didn't love what Bob Marley was preaching. So did they take him out? That's maybe a whole other conversation in itself, right? But that's the level of influence that somebody like Bob Marley has. And here we are today, right? He's been gone for a while now, and yet he is still top of the top of what people like.
Just culturally, in general, with the red, gold, and green, now it's become a world stamp. People around the world are wearing it. I see more Bob Marley shirts than anyone else as far as an artist.
It's true. He's in the Michael Jackson category.
Absolutely. So he's taking reggae music, you know, to amongst the world.
Yeah.
And now there's rosters from all cultures and reggae lovers from all over the world. And it's kicking strong.
Yeah.
And I would say we pull often from those roots and that core kind of philosophy. And, you know, I think I speak for the bit, like we all are trying to evolve the sound of reggae and the genre. That's why we kind of call it a soulful reggae fusion band. You know, we take elements from rock or R&B or soul or hip hop even, and, you know, fuse those elements together to kind of make our own sound.
Absolutely. Yeah. To make our own sound. But to those who love reggae music, keep loving it. And to those who don't, if you want to get a good meditation in your life, listen to some good reggae music.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's a timely place in the world where we can benefit from listening to more reggae as a community, as a culture, as a society. Because I mean, there's oppression all over the world all the time, and you know, there's disagreements, there's opinions, whatever it is that you want to call it. But when you look back at the core of what reggae represents, right, it's this one love mentality, right? That at the end of the day, we're supposed to be working with each other, not against each other. Yeah. And to me, that's always like the core of how I try to live my life, at least. And I believe not only reggae, but Bob Marley to be that voice, right? That reminder of why are we trying to kill each other? Why are we trying to fight each other? Why are we trying to disagree with each other? Like, let's figure it out as a collective versus trying to figure out our own ways and doing our own separate lives and have our own separate opinions. Like, one is the way, in my opinion.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a unifying genre, I would say, in style of music for sure.
Yeah. So for you guys, right, obviously we talk about reggae and the inspiration, but there's been a lot of reggaes, right? You got Revolution out there. You got guys like Iration, right? All these different bands out there. And I know there's a long list of reggae bands, but was there some of these modern reggae bands that maybe provided inspiration for you, or other kind of influential individuals out there in the space that you guys kind of resonated with?
I think for me, it's always an inspiration, any of these new bands, and there's a lot of great bands out there. They're always an inspiration. Anytime I listen to them, I get inspired in some way. So for me, the answer would be absolutely.
Yeah, we're always inspired and influenced by what we're hearing from contemporaries, and especially people in similar genre. But I think more than anything, we're so focused on just being original and exploring a new frontier of the sound and the genre, and not to be limited or held down by just we're just a reggae band, so we can't do this, we can't do that,
No, but I also think there hasn't been a moment in the studio where we get any outside opinion.
Right.
It's just right at the moment, whatever clicks and whatever's, that specific vibe at the moment, we're kicking from that.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to be original to the max.
I love that.
Be ourselves and
I love that. Yeah. So now kind of what the future of the Chili Guys looks like, right? You guys have been at it now for a while, but 3 years really at your core, right? You've come out with a few albums, songs in between. But what does the future of the Chili Guys look like? What do you guys want to continue to do? I've seen the activity, right? The content's been amazing. Yeah. The lifestyle that you guys represent, not only through your music, but the way that you guys carry yourself as a collective, I think is great. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about what this kind of future of Chili Guys looks like.
Well, there was Love Papa. That was like 2023. So to lighten it up, we started, you were alluding to this earlier, like more sunshine, beach music. We're like, all right, being a father is great, and it's a little bit more serious matter. And so we started coming up with more kind of what would be like the music we'd want to listen to going on vacation, taking a break from, having to take care of the kids and the family and all the things. Yeah. And that's kind of the impetus for Chili Island, which, most of those songs are very, it's the music, the album you want to put on at the beach or on a boat or
on the way here.
At a poolside, whatever. And you can listen all the way through.
100%.
It's just like 45 minutes. So we put that album out. And that, got us
pretty much what Voss is trying to say is we wanted to hit the people with a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
We wanted to hit the people with a little bit of spice. We came out with Chili Island. Chili Island brought the vibe out. It showed and expressed who the Chili Guys really are. That Miami flavin' vibe, So it expressed that to its maximum. But I can tell you that right now we're in the planning stages and planning to take it to another level.
Yeah.
hitting bigger festivals, hitting bigger opportunities, bigger tours around the world. Chile guys are on that right now. We're planning it. Costa Rica, here we come again. Some things are trying to work out in Chile.
Yeah.
And we're trying to release, we have a plan, a real solid plan that we're creating. We're dropping a record every month. We're going to start dropping a record every month, a single every month, just to spice it up a little bit and keep it rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
We have so much music in the pocket right now that we have almost 2 or 3 albums in the works.
Wow.
But we're trying to really break it down, see what makes sense. Releasing a single every month. We have a video out right now called Listening to Reggae, which is doing extremely good. So anybody who hasn't seen it, go check it out on YouTube. And we're planning to do bigger things, and it's coming really soon. It's in the works.
Yeah, June 21st. June 21st, we got a single called Power of the Sun that we're super excited to put out.
Yeah. This record is massive.
Yeah.
Damn.
Big record.
Actually, you did. It's good. I got a sneak peek on it. I did. So
big record, Power of the Sun, and we're excited. Next one.
Hell yeah. I love it. Yeah, that album that you guys came out with, the logo came out great, kind of like that vibe. Like you said, you get started on song 1 and just play it all the way through. I was listening to Rumline on the way here. That just gets like the energy going. You're just there and you're like, and it's got like the Trapaco and Tranqui.
That's right.
I'm like, hell yeah.
Throwing in that Miami flavor.
Exactly.
Which I don't know if a lot of people around the world will pick that one up, but they'll get it.
Yeah. Tequila Sunrise too with the pa arriba, pa abajo.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I listened to it. And I'm like, bro, these guys nailed it from like top to bottom.
I'm going to give my shout out to Mikey on that one, because Mikey's the one that be thinking about those little clever things.
Yeah, it's subtle, right? It's not like overbearing, like too in your face.
Yeah, agreed.
But if you know, right? And it's there. And for the people, like anybody that comes to Miami, whether you're born and raised down here, because that's like the drinking culture down here. That's what you do. I remember the first time I took a shot. I think that's exactly how we took the shot, right?
Yeah.
But when people from out of town come in and they see us doing that, they're like, yo, I want to do that. I want to do that. And then they're probably carrying that with them everywhere they go.
Buddies, he was like, hey, what is it about? I've never, and it's a thing we do in Miami. He's like, I want to do it again. So
because one thing is just taking the shot, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, right? A shot, if you just grab the cup and you take it, that takes a second, right? But the pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro puts you in this place of like presence of like, damn, I'm here with a group of people. We're about to have a great time, and we're going through a conscious effort to like celebrate the moment, which is sick. Yeah. It's sick. Nah, you guys are crushing it. I love everything, like I said, that you guys represent and do. And I want more people to listen to reggae because personally, it's had such a good effect on my life, and such an inspiration for me creatively, visually, feel-wise. So I'm excited for you guys, everything that you guys are doing. And I know we're trying to work on a little bit of something now for summer. I want to do like a Tranquilo takeover, right?
That's
kind of really bring
it's a good man to work with right now.
Summer energy to life, and kind of bring together what you guys do, right? Like that whole Miami vibe, but make it a good feel to it, and a reminder like life is good.
Fun, just having fun with it and expressing yourself as you want. Man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. What for you guys, real quick, has like been maybe your favorite song to work on as a group? I feel like there's probably not one, but is there one moment, one like kind of thing like, damn, that was cool?
For me, listening to reggae was kind of I would say the most popular or most streamed single from the Chile Island. Okay. Of course, that's why also we made the video for it. But it also kind of speaks to how we all came together, our love for reggae music and, the whole vibe around that.
Right.
So I'd say that, and the session we had for that was, I think after like a rehearsal, the whole band, sometimes after rehearsal, we'll go in the studio and mess around, and someone starts playing a chord progression or making a beat, because we make all the music in-house.
Right.
So that started happening, and we just started singing, that hook all together, the ooh, ooh, listening to reggae. And we just kind of built around that hook, and it all kind of, most of those vocals, I'm pretty sure were recorded in that session. So it was just like, it all came together. And often that's kind of how it happens. Just if the energy is high for the night and we go in the studio and the right kind of elements and vibe emerge, you know, we kind of just hit it right there and record
naturally for sure.
So that one sticks in my mind for sure as one of the most memorable kind of songs
That's
that
awesome.
we created.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me too, listening to reggae and Sweetest Gift.
Yeah.
Sweetest Gift is one of those records that when we started working on that record, it just got me.
Right.
It's a record that talks about purpose, and to count our blessings each and every day. And that's for me, and I know the rest of the band is extremely important. So yeah, that was a record for me.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. A lot of our songs and the lyrics are messages I want to hear, you know, to be empowered by and like reminded of. Like exactly what you're saying, you know, it's the sweetest gift the one could ever give. Let me show you where to find it. Yeah. You know, it's like, or how's your verse go again?
We're just speaking truth, man. That's what Chili Guys represents from the get. And you know, we inspire each other and we talk amongst each other about this all the time. And this is just another reminder to everyone watching, to everyone listening, just be yourself. Yeah. Be yourself and just have fun with it. And we're just talking truth of our daily struggles and our daily lives and how we want to have fun and how we want people to have fun. And that's it. Chili Guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. We got a third member of the Chili Guys now here. He made it. You were obviously sitting in on that first half of the conversation, but just want to get your kind of perspective on the Chili Guys. And then, like you mentioned, right, you want to be able to touch on kind of like where reggae really kind of came to be, right? The basis and the foundation of reggae. But
so like reggae music for me has been a big influence for me since the get. It just attracted me, you know, the message of it, and it's conscious music. It's music that speaks truths that go from generation to generation. Right. And they always apply, and that's why Bob Marley is still the figure that he is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We mentioned, right, kind of like that oppression that was going on and him being able to kind of piggyback off that. And I think that's why it's been able to carry on for so long, right? Decades and decades and decades, and will probably live on till forever, right? Like we said, Michael Jackson, I think, has that like type of influence, and you know, guys like MLK, right? Guys that are just revolutionary type people, and to me, that's what reggae really kind of represents. For you, what is the Chili Guys, right? I heard kind of their perspective on what the Chili Guys is, but what is it to you?
It's a group collective of people just coming together that love music, love empowering people to do things that they want to do, things that they, you know. I think it's difficult to kind of put into words.
What he's trying to say is he loves making music with the Chili Guys. We have a special group. We have tension sometimes. We have disagreements. We're not perfect, but we always find a way to come together and reunite and, you know, harmonize and see the same kind of bigger picture, which is a special thing. And it's created a special bond between all of us. Like I see them all as like family and brothers. Right. And
it's a
when you form that bond.
It's a form of expression. It's a medium for us to come together. And they were touching upon like our daily struggle. A lot of the music that we write and the lyrics that we write are really reminders to ourselves. Right. You know what I mean? So that's conscious music. That's what I think reggae is so impactful, because it applies to everybody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I mentioned before that it's wisdom that's handed down generation to generation, but is lost in translation, especially sometimes in the hustle and bustle and in the current life that we live, the, you know, technological life that we live, we forget to tap into the roots. Yeah. And that's what reggae music does for me. That's what the Chili Guys does for me. It's a way for me to offset some of these feelings that then turn into good music, because you're in the moment, you know, you're forgetting the distractions, like this podcast right now, you know, being in the moment, in the conversation instead of the mind being elsewhere. Yeah. That's what reggae music, that's what the Chili Guys does for me.
I love that.
It allows me to be in the moment.
And it's not that serious, you know, life can get deep and intense. And it's funny how that was the first song that they wrote. You know, it's not that serious. It's a reminder, like, let's have some fun. It's also to just have fun, right, and lighten the mood and create, you know, an island for ourselves to go. If the world is on fire, we'll be on Chili Island if you want to come hang out, turn up the tunes, and you know,
that's the clip right there. I love that. That's awesome.
Hone in on the creation, on the creative process. That's what we're able to do every Tuesday. Like it's church. That's what we call it. We're going to church.
And
that's awesome.
You know, we were in a session one time. This was another special session for a song that we made with Miami Beatwave called "What Are We Here For?" It's a new one. Yeah. It'll be coming out sometime soon. Because it's asking, what are we here for? It was one of those days where like, what are we really doing? True, you know, we're making new music, but like we put out a couple albums, we played some shows, but like, what are we trying to make money? We trying to get girls? We trying to, you know, what are we here for? And so we just asked the question, which became the title of the song, and we answered it with something like, to love and be loved, spreading good vibrations. What are we here for? To give, receive the gifts of creation. And what are we here for? To lift us all and reach a higher destination. What are we here for? To love. Right. I mean, beautiful. At least we have that as a reminder to ourselves as we move forward, you know, as musicians and human beings, you know?
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
And I walked in that day, I just so happened to walk in and they were playing that song. And I was having like a deep cut type of day, you know? And it's just like, I heard that and immediately the response that he's talking about just popped into my head. And I heard, I walked in, I heard it. He heard me say that and he goes, yo, get your ass in there and lay it down. Yeah. So a lot of the times we don't write lyrics. So we don't sit there with a pad and write. It just pops up at the moment, you know? It's a very organic process for us, which is what we love and what we try to maintain throughout the process of creation is trying not to get too technical with it.
Or overthinking, you know.
Sitting there with the music, letting something pop up, letting it inspire versus cerebrally trying to think.
Because it's challenging with 8 guys in a band, you know, collaborating, writing songs. That song, again, it was interesting because, you know, it may have been started by a couple of us, but then unplanned, he shows up and like, hey, you got 20 minutes? Records that idea. AG showed up the next day or that night or something. He heard the song and was inspired immediately too. Wrote a part, put it in. Like, so often it's very just modular and dynamic in that sense if we're not all there for the session. So it's a truly collaborative process, I would say.
Because most of us have like daytime jobs.
Right.
You know, so this is our passion project, which we're giving it our 100%, but we got to make a living as well.
Absolutely.
So we get in there when we can. We plug in things.
Outside of the Tuesday, which is every Tuesday.
Of course.
Like you said, it's church.
We're there.
Yeah. I mean, the concept of like, what are we here for? You know, that sits with me often. Right. And I think we all have to ask ourselves that question regularly, right? Because as we're going through life, right, there's different phases, right? You could be 18 years old, you could be 50 years old. And you should still be asking yourself that question at every single part of your life, because that is what's going to get you up in the morning, right? That is going to get you motivated to keep going when things don't seem to be making any sense, when things are not going well. You're going to wake up and be like, I see what's happening here. It seems chaotic, but at the end of the day, this is what I'm here for, right? Whatever that reason may be. Right. I was having a conversation this morning with someone, right? And I saw her story and she was like, I don't really know why I even continue to create content and do these things. And her message, you know, is a positive message, right? She's keeping Cuban traditions alive and trying to be like that next gen. And I told her, I'm like, you have to remember the why behind why you're doing it. You're not just doing it to create content, right? You're not just doing it so people could see your face, right? There's always something deeper as to the reason why you're doing something. Lean into that, because that is going to be your purpose. That's going to carry you forward. And it's going to be that thing that fire that just gets you up in the morning. Because sometimes it's just hard to wake up in the morning and say, I want to do this today. 100%. We all deal with that. Yeah. But when you just realize a little bit deeper and say, hey, what am I here for? It's going to shift the whole purpose of your day.
Well, and that's the power of music and songs and art.
Exactly.
If you're feeling that way and you play a song that really speaks to that, what you're feeling, that song alone can shift you, you know, to a positive direction for the rest of the day or the rest of your life, whatever.
For sure.
I always say when people ask me like why we make the music, and you know, selfishly, I would say that the reason we make music, we write music, is a reminder to ourselves. At least when I write, when I create, because it's, like you say, it's things that are in the back of my mind, things that I'm thinking about that I kind of struggle with to stay on that positive vibration. I put that into the music for myself because I listen to the music too.
Right.
Like I listen to Beautiful Life almost every day because it's a song that to me speaks about why.
Yeah.
Another song that speaks to the why and to the purpose and to how we can make life beautiful, which is what I think we should do daily, you know?
100%.
So it's an impactful song for me. It's a reminder for me, and it's something that I put out there and hope that somebody else identifies with it. But throughout my musical career, I would say I've learned to detach more from are they taking it well or am I feeling it?
Right.
It's
so
extra
I put it out and hopefully people like it. If not, I love it.
But you love it. And at the end of the day, that's got purpose in itself.
Right.
And there's that, the concept of you don't necessarily need to help 100, 1,000, millions of people. Obviously, it's always the intention, right? Help as many people as possible. But even if you helped one person today, you did your job, right? And I think that's what we have to shrink our concept. We live in this world where it's like, oh my God, I need to be the next, LeBron James, or I need to be the next this, right? Those are good goals to strive for. No one's going to tell you, no, you can't do that. But at the end of the day, just shrink it. If you can impact one person every single day, you're just stacking that momentum, right? And then there's that raindrop effect, right? When the raindrop hits the water and it kind of creates that ripple effect. You help that person now helps the next person. So you're actually maybe helping hundreds, thousands of people and you don't even know it, right? So I think that's what's so important in this process, right? Your guys' form is music. My form is kind of like this podcast medium, but everybody's got an avenue as to how they can help people. And it can come in the most simple ways, but it's just the fact of what is that purpose? What is that why that you live with every single day that's deeper than yourself, right? You said it, right? You said that this medium is something that helps you, right? But by helping you, you're actually helping everybody around you. And that's extremely important in the process.
Yeah, and it takes guts and a little bit of vulnerability to bring that forth, whatever that gift is, whether it's music or anything else. And it's like a feedback loop. If you get past the fear of talking on the mic and sharing your story and doing a podcast, that inspires someone to do the same thing. And they're going to come back and say, hey, I really was inspired by what you were talking about on the podcast. And that then gives you the encouragement and motivation to keep doing it, because it's not easy to keep showing yourself and putting things 100%. Out there like that.
Yeah.
And it keeps it authentic too.
Right.
If you stay true to what you think is
absolutely
the best.
Whether someone likes it outside of your
people
mouth.
are going to be like, which happened to me. They'll be like, what is this guy doing? He's starting a podcast? Like, why the hell is he starting a podcast? What does he think he is?
You could have done that.
And then here I am years later and people are now coming to me and like, dude, props to you for sticking with it, bro. And people told me straight up, they're like, honestly, I didn't know what the hell you're doing. But now I see it and it's like, okay, I get it. But that's what you were saying, right? You got to turn off that noise.
Exactly.
I'm doing this a little bit for me, but I see the bigger picture at the end of the day as to the why. What are we here for? And I think that's the reminder we need every day.
For sure.
Yeah. But boys, appreciate it. That was a hell of a convo. Appreciate you guys for coming in. I'm excited for you guys. And I think there's a lot of good to come for you guys and exciting things to come. So timing is perfect. We're getting in that summertime vibe, sun, and rain. We're going to get in a little rain here in Miami. It's a part of the summer, but the energy's high out here and we just want to kind of leverage off that. So appreciate you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. And just keep it tropical and tranquilo.
Always.
Yeah, check out Listening to Reggae music video on YouTube, all the platforms. Yeah, I think we're coming up June 17th. Last year we put out Chile Island, so the 1 year anniversary is coming up.
Ooh,
right in time
1
for
year
summer.
Anniversary. I like that.
It's perfect for all your summer.
And we got a new song that we released not too long ago called Sweet Thing.
Also. Yes.
Check
around
that one
Valentine's
out.
Day.
And look out for Power of the Sun. That was going to be our biggest, most dynamic song that we've released so far. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek, so I'm excited for it to get out there.
And I should mention the studio right over here. There's a live stage in there, as you've seen, and we're going to start having probably like monthly Flow Live showcases where we invite bands and artists to perform with us.
Love it.
Live on stage and film it and everything and get people out there. So, we're excited to kick that off.
Love it. Just bring in good energy, good vibes. That's what the people need, right? That's the Chili Guy way.
It's the Chili Guy way.
Amen to that. All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Chili Guys, for being here. As I said, go check out their music. Go check out their new music video, Listening to Reggae. And as always, stay tranquilo.